Hey y'all, I'm Lara Luna, first-time author of a book called Trailer Park Angel.
Angel lessons, y'all, and sweet potato pie.
About angel numbers, spiritual awakening.
Angel numbers were once hidden and now are revealed.
A spiritual awakening is when your soul finally remembers who it is.
Have a really great day. Greetings from Crystal River, Florida. Bye.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. It's going to be one of those episodes, guys. I could tell. I could tell it's going to be one of those episodes. You know, Tibbs over here, he's like looking at the feedback, and I'm like, I want to respond. I really do, folks. I want to respond. I want to have my typical comment, right? I want to finesse. I want to have fun with the guests, right? But when you hear Trailer Park Angel, there's a lot of things that races through your head, or at least through my head, right? I see Trailer Park, I see Angel, right? So as a typical former New Yorker, right? I'm originally from New York, folks. So as a typical New Yorker, when you hear Trailer Park, you hear stuff like Larry the Cable Guy. I mean, you hear that, right, Tibbs, right? You throw in like Ginger Billy, right? The famous comedian, right? I built this lawnmower out of my Ford F-1050, right? Or, something stupid like that, right? So you hear, no, not the bias. You're going there, Tibbs, not me. Not the bias. It's just that's what it is. But anyway, guys, we got a great show for you. Really, stick around. It's gonna be a good one. I can already tell, guys. Stick around. Don't touch the dial. Be right back, guys.
Warning: this show contains strong language, brutal opinions, and zero apologies given. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to Savaged Unfiltered, where truth gets raw, opinions stay real, and nothing is off limits. This isn't your average podcast. It's the unfiltered conversation you've been craving. Politics, culture, chaos, we're diving into it all. No scripts, no safe spaces. Just savage takes and real talk. You're in the right place. Strap in. It's time to get unfiltered. Savage.
Hey, guys. Hello out there in the internet world. So, welcome to Savage Unfiltered, guys. If you're trying to adjust your screen, whether you're viewing us on Rumble or X, or, we do put out some content on YouTube and just about all over the place, even our audio panels too, and formats. Thank you. Appreciate it. But if you are adjusting your device, right, and you're saying, damn it, I haven't seen that son of a bitch in about a week. You're right. I haven't been on the airwaves in about a week. I've been battling some seasonal allergies here in the state of Georgia. I reside in Georgia now, and the pollen counts are all over the place here in Georgia. Just what was it? Last week, we actually had 20 minutes of light snow flurries. Yeah, I'm looking outside my window. I'm like, is it freaking snowing outside? Son of a bitch, it is snowing outside. Snowing for like 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden it stopped. Right? 30 degrees, 28, around that little number. And I'm like, okay. The middle of November and we're getting snow already. Now, fast forward a week later, I'm looking outside and it's 65 degrees. I'm like, holy shit. Talk about bipolar. The weather doesn't know what it wants. Kind of kind of like a woman sometimes, she doesn't know if she wants to go to a fast food restaurant or the Capitol Grill. It's you can't have both ways. So anyway, guys, welcome to the show. This show today is being brought to you by our good friends down in Florida, Blackout Coffee. That's right, guys. Stay free, stay awake, choose Blackout because they have the most, not only the most brands in America. I like their Brutal Awakening. I like their 2A Guns and Gadgets, right? For all my hillbillies out there in rural America, right? If you're looking for a coffee brand, do they have a coffee for my gun, Savage? I want to be shooting out in the middle of nowhere at 5 o'clock in the morning looking for Bambi, and I need some coffee that's going to support my 2A Guns and Gadgets and Second Amendment. You damn right they have it. Scan this QR code, guys, and use this code on your screen. Can't tell you how long it's going to be up there for. So if you go on there, say next week, and you're telling me, Savage, I put this code and it's not working. Well, you probably waited too damn long. Got to wait for another promo code to hit the radar. Scan this QR code, guys. Check them out today and tell John down there in Fort Pierce, Florida, that Savage sent you. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate the hell out of what you're doing down there. This company is literally a local company there in South Florida, and it's backed and run by veterans. You can't say more than enough, right? Can't say more than enough. Blackout Coffee, love you guys. So back to the show. We got this guest here in the green room. We're gonna bring them in, aren't we? We're gonna bring her in, and we're gonna find out just who Lara Luna is. Welcome into the show, Lara. How
Really
you doing?
great. Thank you for inviting me on the show. I'm honored to be here.
Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about yourself. First and foremost, before you tell us about
Yeah.
yourself, okay? I was going to your website, and I'm looking at this, Lara, and it says also known as Lara Barbosa. Which one are you? Are you Luna or you are
Right.
Barbosa? Are you actually related to the captain there on Pirates of the Caribbean?
My ancestors come from Redbeard the pirate. My dad, when he was alive, he looked all that up. And we do really come from Barbosa, who is a Portuguese pirate, because we are Portuguese. And it's pretty fascinating to find that out, but also because it was in that Johnny Depp movie, the Pirates of the Caribbean. And I think it's really cool to have ancestors that are really pirates.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that he was
Yeah.
Portuguese. I thought, I mentioned Pirates of the Caribbean. I hear Barbosa, so I hear anything with like a syllable or a valve at the end, like A, O, I, all that. I'm automatically assuming it's
That's what
Italian.
most people assume, but really it is Portuguese for sure, Barbosa. All you have to do is Google it, and then
Bar-
you'll find out. It probably will come up on the first page. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So before we
Yes.
continue, do you want me to say Luna or do
I
you want me to
I
say
would like
Barbosa?
you to call me, you can call me Lara, and yeah, Lara Luna would be better because after my awakening, I'm not Laura Barbosa anymore. I'm a different person now. So that's
Oh,
why I changed my
say that.
name, even though all of my artwork that I used to sell online was under my, I guess, legal name, which is Laura Barbosa. And I sold
Gotcha.
art on eBay for about 20 years. And then I was a
Oh
mobile
wow.
home agent for 9 years. And that was hard for me because I'm not a liar, and I don't like to not tell the truth. So there's a lot of things that people give you advice about or people are doing sometimes in those kind of jobs. And I couldn't do it. It actually started making me ill, like physically ill. And that's
Oh
why
wow.
I had to get out of that. And the day that I got out of that, I had a breathing machine on because it was so hard for me to breathe. I was hyperventilating because just of all the chaos that came along with buyer, seller, boss, who's lying to who, why isn't anyone telling the truth, who's trying to take advantage of a poor old lady, things that are sad that you see going on, and you don't want them to be going on at all because it's not right. And so it made me ill to have to be in that environment. And the last day of my job, I remember looking out the window and just asking God, like, why am I here? Who am I? And is this what I was born for? Like, is this what my mom went through all that raising of the child for? You know, all the
Mm.
everything I've been through, and I'm just supposed to do what? Have to survive with money. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's the whole money thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. Is this kind of, I don't want to
Oh,
jump the
yeah.
gun too much, but is this what
Yes.
motivated you and inspired you to write this book? Is this
I
how it
didn't
was
know it at the
created or?
time that I was going to write this book because I was planning to quit the job, and then I was going to be doing all kinds of art events. I bought thousands of dollars worth of art supplies. I had art events already set up in Florida that I was going to be going to with my paintings. And I also have an invention on like a bottle art design from recycled bottles because I really do love the earth and want to protect the earth and try in my own way to like contribute to that. So I thought of maybe making art out of recycled glass bottles. So I have a patent actually on one of those designs, and I'm waiting for that to be finished so I could maybe send that design to some of the big companies and maybe get that going. But also, yeah,
Hey, there you go. That's a tremendous idea. I mean, that's how people, they get their mark, they get their start, from one little idea to some giant idea, like, maybe 5, 6 years later, like, hey, is that the lady down in Florida that created
yeah,
that item, that product? Yeah, yeah, that's Lara. Holy shit. Wow. And then boom, you're a somebody. That's
oh,
that's
thank
that's
you.
great. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, is this something that you said you want to, you'd like to get the
Yeah.
patent and everything. Is there other ideas that would bring it more together
Well,
or?
the issue really is I'm using my savings account right now to do the things that I know now that I'm meant to do. One of them is the bottle design. The other is the book and my little
Mhm.
podcast that I have going on. And so
I caught a couple of the episodes. They're kind of cute and funny. You have fun with the AI animation and graphics and everything. And we actually have a couple clips, guys. We'll play that towards the middle of the episode. But what first, since you're on that, I have to ask, like, what made you go to the AI direction? I know everybody's doing
yeah.
it, everybody's having fun with it on social media and stuff like that. But what made you go
So I
to
was
the
really
AI?
curious at first. I wanted to know exactly what AI was. So in the beginning, I was messing around with ChatGPT and I would ask it, I would
Okay.
try to be as intelligent as I could and ask it as many questions as I could to try to kind of, you know, basically find out what it is exactly. And I started there. And then I needed to make little videos and graphics. So I then went to Grok and I started to use that AI. And I noticed that both of them were kind of different. And there were like different energies that were coming from the AIs that I picked up on. And I'm gonna I know, but let me just say that I've always been a sensitive person to any kind of energy at all. I suffer from migraines just from like a dip in the barometric pressure. I'll get a migraine. So I'm super
What
sensitive.
does that mean in that type of pressure? I'd never heard that before.
Oh,
Is it
like the earth goes through like dips in pressure. And you can find this on your phone when you go to the weather. If you go all the way down to the bottom, it says barometric pressure, and it'll tell you when the pressure of the earth, the atmosphere drops down or comes higher, right? So
right?
sometimes it'll just drop. And when it does that, I'll be very ill
Oh
because
wow.
like, I'm so sensitive to energies, which is also brings me back to the job and why I had to
Now
quit
we
it.
understand. You were scaring
Yeah,
my producer over there. He's
okay.
writing stuff down and he's
Is he
like,
okay? I just want to make sure.
The Twilight music's going on in his head. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh boy, Mike. She's one of these people here on the show. Oh, she's telling about pressure and she's going into crazy stuff. Like, what the hell's going on?
Or I
No.
could be crazy. I mean, that's the other side of this. So
Are
it's
you
like, that's
crazy? I mean,
whatever
hey,
I don't
crazy's
know.
good. You got good crazies, you got bad crazies.
Probably.
Would you consider
feel
yourself a
different.
good crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Well, you know why? Because
You laugh at yourself, you smile at yourself. That's a good crazy. That's a good
Yeah.
lunatic for you folks on a Sunday afternoon. You know?
I like that. I might use that in one of my podcasts.
There you
That's
go.
pretty
You
good.
you can steal it from me.
Oh, thank you.
Just make sure you
Okay.
send the royalties and all the credits to me at the end of the month. No,
I
I'm just
will,
joking.
for
I'm
sure.
joking. I'm joking. So no, that's awesome. So you dabble in AI. You know, you have this book, this amazing book, Trailer Park Angel,
Thank you.
which is not only a book, folks. It's a freaking podcast too. And I mean, it's gaining some attraction. I see on Spotify. You know, you got some listening base towards it. So, what came first? Or maybe you said that I just didn't hear it correctly, but what came
Yeah,
first? Did the book come first or did the podcast come first?
so the book came first.
Okay.
One day I just,
Naturally. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. And I made the podcast so that I could promote the book. That's really why the podcast started, was only to really promote the book and then kind of say to people, okay, I have a book launch coming on this date. And, this podcast tells you a little bit about the book and maybe y'all will want to buy it. And that's really all it was. But then what happened was people started to like the podcast. And so you probably already know this, but I live in a 55 plus
I
trailer
seen that.
park.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a man here. He has Parkinson's disease.
Wait, hold on.
And,
You have a man there? Is that
well,
what you just
not in
said?
my house, but that
Oh,
lives
oh.
here. He's my neighbor.
Oh, she's got a man over there, folks. No, I'm just joking.
So yeah, so I see him all the time. Like every night when I'm walking my dog, he'll be in his golf cart. And he said to me after the first couple podcasts, he's like, "Hey, I love your podcast." And I'm like, "Oh, you do?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "When's the next one coming out?" And I'm like, "Well, I'll try to do it twice a week if I can." And then he was like, "Yeah." And then his wife called and she goes, "My husband, he just loves your podcast so much. And it's something that he really looks forward to because it kind of makes him laugh. And he can relate to the stories because we all live in a trailer park, right?"
Yeah,
So a lot of the
I
stories are
don't,
relatable.
but
Oh,
yeah.
no, you don't, huh?
No, no, no. I wouldn't understand what a trailer park is. I mean, I've
Oh,
known people over the years, and I still do. I mean, my aunt actually owns a triple wide in North Carolina, and I visited it, and it
oh,
was like,
wow.
I'm like, this is not a trailer. She's like, no. Well, it is technically. They call them manufactured homes, right? So, like,
Yes.
I would when I first stepped into this thing, I'm thinking, like, all right, it has a plastic skirt around it, the typical, background of it. It's got the plastic skirt. It probably has ties that are, about 2 feet in the ground for, hurricanes or
Yes.
tornadoes not to, wipe it out. And then it has like the 2 wheels with the hitch in the front, the ugly hitch. That's how I envision trailers. But
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, this thing,
because
it looks like a house. It's beautiful, you know?
they are so beautiful, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
surprisingly beautiful. And yeah, so I live in one of those communities. We don't have triple wides here, but we
No.
do have double wides, and they're really nice, a lot of them.
Now, what's a double wide? Like, educate me a little. Is that when
Yeah,
you put 2 trailers together and it's
yeah,
like,
you put two trailers together. So you have single wide, you have double wide, and you have the triple wide. So, and then each one of them has their own title. So if you put, if you have a double wide, you'll have two titles, one for each side, side A and B, or side one or two. If you have a single wide, you'll have a title for one because, they bring them in.
are they side by side or are they lengthwise?
Well, so that depends on the park. A lot of times the park will put in the homes first. And sometimes they'll put a few that are horizontal, but the
Oh,
rest are
wow.
usually vertical. So that depends on the park, but also there are some parks where you can bring in your own. I don't know if they'll give you that choice, of how you can put it in. Like my park, you pay rent even though you own the home. You pay a lot rent every month. And some parks, you can own your own land. That's not like it is here, but there are some like that. And that's really cool because then, I mean, you can do whatever you want to the land. See, here,
Yeah.
they really own the land, although they don't trim the trees on the land. That's your
What kind of deal
responsibility.
is that? Shit.
So there's always some kind of something like that that kind of gets in there, you know?
Yeah, what
Oh,
kind of deal is that where like, yeah, all right,
yeah, yeah,
we're gonna give you gotta pay the rent, but we're not gonna trim your trees.
yeah. I know.
Why not?
Everyone discusses this all the time, you know?
That's
This
crazy.
is this is it there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in trailer parks that you know, a lot of people would be really surprised at, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
those are the kind of things I'm talking about and why I had to get out of the business because I sold mobile homes in the 55 plus parks.
You know, I
And
want to touch on that because
yeah.
I actually did my homework on you, Lara, and I like to see
Oh.
where that goes, guys. But before we go there with Lara and that direction, guys, I want to direct your attention to the screen here. We are actually going to be doing a tour this upcoming January. January is the kickoff date of it. It's going to be called Stomping Grounds Tour Uncensored 2026, right? So 2026. And I'm going to be starting out in the state of New Jersey. And I'm talking to, my manager, I'm talking to other people here in the show, the production company and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do this tour. I want to speak in front of people. I love speaking in front of people, not just doing it, digitally here on the podcast, but in front of like a live, whether it's a live studio audience or I'll do it outside. I don't care. I'll go to a freaking park for Christ's sakes. I'll probably attract like homeless bums and stuff. But that's okay. Little jokes aside. But anyway, they don't even have to pay for the ticket. The entertainment is their treat for the day. And we'll give them like hot dogs or, something. I'm just joking, guys. No, I figured by going to New Jersey, I believe that would be probably the best place to kick it off because I have a lot of ties to New Jersey. I have a lot of friends in New Jersey. Um, some of my greatest set of talent that came out of this show started New Jersey. My early days of comedy at the Groucho's down in Point Pleasant Beach. I don't think it's there anymore. It used to be like this hole in the wall in Point Pleasant Beach. Some of my greatest inspirations came from New Jersey. So I'm like, you know what? Let's start it off in New Jersey. So guys, starting this January in the Garden State, I'm going to be partnering with a really good friend of mine. If the name probably rings a bell. He supports 420 VIPs, which is a huge. I mean, for all the guys out there that love marijuana and cannabis, these are your guys for you. Gen X Robert. So yes, he will be the special co-host for this event in New Jersey, which will actually be in Highlands, if that rings a bell. It's actually in Monmouth County. Um, Love that little town. For all my Hollywood junkies out there, you remember the movie with Ben Affleck and George Carlin, Jersey Girl? Right there, filmed and produced right there in good old Highlands, New Jersey. Right? Remember that scene on Bay Avenue? They're going to shut down Bay Avenue. These people, oh man, I remember the roaring 20s. A little side joke. So join us, guys. All the information will be available in the coming weeks where you can, pick up tickets and all that great stuff. We're working with a venue actually right there in downtown Highlands, New Jersey, right off of Bay Avenue. So that starts in January. And then we have some other locations and other dates coming forward. Just waiting for some confirmations with other venues. I know in February, we're going to be in the great state of Tennessee, actually right in Chattanooga. I'm going to all my favorite stomping grounds, hence stomping grounds. So check us out, guys. Next year it's gonna be really good. We're gonna be doing some really Fascinating, interesting stuff. So anyway, guys, enough of that. I don't want to bore Lara. She's probably saying, shut up with the PRs. Get back to me, damn it. It's about me, not you. Anyway, so let's talk about that, Lara. With this business. You said you had to step away from it. Is that right?
Yeah, so I quit my job as a mobile home agent and I wanted to follow my passion. And I knew that, I've always loved art and I thought that's the direction that I was going to go in. So I planned on creating more paintings and painting furniture and planning events. A lot of my friends were like, "Is the art done? Are we going to a new event?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Why? What's going on? It's not like you have savings that's going to last you forever. So you better figure out what you're going to do." I'm like, "Well, I already know." I woke up one day and I had an idea. It was so strong that I was just like, "You know what? I'm going to write a book about my life, really, and the adventures of living in a mobile home park, being a mobile home agent, things that came from that. And also because I am now going through a spiritual awakening. Um,
Uh-oh.
at that time, I was, and now
Okay.
I'm kind of ahead of that, and I'm like more spiritual. I'm so happy in my life now. I don't have the fear that I used to have. I used to wake up in fear. Like I was afraid to be myself. I was afraid to tell people exactly who I was, my ideas, or anything I wanted to do because it was always weird to the normal, what everyone else was doing a lot of times. And I was afraid to be looked down upon by others. So I stayed in a prison that I put myself in for 56 years. I'm
Oh, so
58 now.
wow, you self-isolated yourself, due to that fear.
Yeah, fear is a
Is
plague and
does
a
this come
sickness.
from a childhood? Does this come from, maybe, a peer pressure in school, or, like, where did
I
this
I
come
I
from?
believe it's just like a belief system that a lot of us are taught, and
Yeah.
a lot of us pretty much are uh kind of conditioned to be in our lives. I notice now that I don't have that anymore. When I go outside or when I'm with my friends, they have the same belief system. They're afraid of everything. I'm like, well, I use AI. Oh no, I'm afraid of that. Don't do that. That can kill you. AI can convince you to kill
It's
yourself.
Skynet! Skynet's gonna kill us all. No.
All that
John Connor,
crazy
get the
stuff going on.
Skynet, get the AI, right? I mean, people always go to that level, right, with AI because they
Yeah,
don't
always,
understand it. I didn't
always.
I didn't know what the hell AI was,
Yeah,
let alone 3
right,
years ago, 4 or
yeah,
5 years ago when it made its mark. So, I mean, but it's a tremendous tool. We use it, like, obviously,
absolutely.
if you guys haven't caught on, we're using AI right now.
Yeah, you see?
All this
And
is
so
AI. 90% of the show is AI generated, except for, me and you. We're actually real,
yeah, that
I just
which
hit
is pretty
myself. See, that's
cool.
not AI, guys, but
We're
anyway,
actually real, right?
yeah, we're actually real, like, I mean, I get people that, want to go on Amazon and they want to buy the AI robots and everything. Hey,
Yeah.
we're all lonely, guys. We get it. Right. But anyway, so you went through this state of mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
And how did you kinda went into a little bit of it, but how did you fully escape from
Yeah, good
I'm
question.
not making well, I'm making kind of assumptions, but as a
Mhm.
host, but, like, was it linked to depression or anxiety or,
No,
like no?
I
Wow.
I I went to the doctor, right? So, I did everything that everyone told me to do. I'm like, "Well, I don't feel good, and this is what's going on. Go to the doctor." "Okay."
That's the
So I
answer for
did.
everything. Go to the doctor. Doctor will fix it
Everything,
all. Yeah.
everything. I'm not
Yeah.
depressed, right? I'm not depressed.
She said it,
Okay.
folks, not me, but go ahead.
So, you know, then what is it? Well, I think your job is just too stressful. Okay, so what do I do? Well,
Yeah.
here, take this pill. I'm not a pill person. I don't drink. I
I
don't
can't
take,
stand pills. I'm
I don't
scared to
do
death of
anything.
pills.
I
What it
don't
did
want
to
anything.
my family members, my grandparents. I watched my
Yeah.
grandparents literally, like, destroy their bodies from it over the years, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
just, like
It'll kill you, whatever it is. It's because it's not a natural thing for the body to, consume.
yeah.
So it's like I was like, well, first of all, I'm allergic to a lot of things. I can't just take a pill, and I don't want to take a pill. And I know I'm not depressed because I'm happy all the time. How can I be depressed? It's not like I want to kill myself. So I'm like, well, that's not it. And so I kept having all these things happening to me at the job, um, to the point where I had to leave the job. And so when I did leave the job, I went through what they call in spiritual awakening, which is like the dark night of the soul. Basically, you start crying, but at certain times, like I would be in the shower, and all of a sudden, I would just start crying, and I'm like, maybe I am sick. What's going on here? And so, how they explain it, and how I'll explain it to y'all, is that when you go through something like that, it feels like, let's say you have a ball of yarn and you're going inside yourself to strip away all of the suffering you've been through, all of the things that might have happened to you in your life. So let's say something happened to me as a child. I was crying about that one thing in the shower, right? So I started to notice that, oh, wow, after I cried about it, I felt better, right? Because it
So
kind of got rid
you
of that.
self-soothing, yeah. You went through the
Yeah,
I guess you could say the timeline of what you were experiencing, and you self-soothe, and that's
yeah,
awesome. You did it without medication, right? So
right,
you naturally cured yourself. And people always
yeah,
say, "Well, how can I naturally cure myself?" It doesn't
right.
exist. Actually, it does, folks.
It
Um,
does
I
exist. I'm
I
proof of it.
naturally cure myself through, I get, headaches. I get migraines
Yeah.
severely. I've been getting them since I was a little child,
Me
and
too.
I don't go through medication. I basically isolate everything in my home, and I shut everything off. I shut the lights off. I shut everything off,
Yeah,
and it cures my body, you
right.
know?
Exactly. So, well, I'm one that always loves to research and learn. So I went on YouTube and I started to just try to learn every possible thing I could about spirituality, spiritual awakening.
I also see the spirituality through your art gallery exhibit. Yeah, where's my words today? Through your art gallery. We'll just say art gallery. The coffee hasn't sunk in yet, guys. So I have seen some form of this. If you look on the graphic here, folks, you see like this angel, and to me, not only is that art, but I look at it as therapy.
Absolutely is
I
therapy
mean,
for
am I
sure.
right or wrong? I mean, is this kind of what made you go into this aspect with it, or?
Yeah, so just it was just something that happened inside me. Like, I couldn't take the pressure of being in that old belief system anymore so bad that it was almost like I just came out of it. And as I did, I worked on myself. And how I even knew how to do that was really educating myself on spirituality. Like, some of the teachers, I don't know if I can mention the names of, like, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I watched him and learned from him, and then I moved on from him to some other people, and then I would learn things from them. And what I would do is I would put everything I learned together and see if there were any similarities. And then if there were, then I knew that it was probably true. So then I followed it, and when I did, like meditating in the morning. So I look, I went to my dentist one day because I had a toothache, and I'm going to get back onto what I'm saying, but
Yeah,
so
it's okay.
I
I go
go.
off the rails sometimes too, if you notice, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
The show is
I
only 30, 40 minutes. I can only
I
cram in
know
so much
I have
within
so
30,
much
40
to
minutes,
say to
so
y'all, and I just want to say hey to my cousins. I know they're watching, but hey. So anyway, I have a toothache. I go to my dentist, and when I get there, I don't have a toothache anymore. And I'm like, oh Lord, are you going to charge me $99? Because now I don't have a toothache.
you're
And
gonna
he's like,
break my damn wallet before I even pay the damn bill, for God's sakes. Jeez.
so he was
Yeah.
like, honestly, he goes, I just x-ray your teeth. You don't have a toothache. I'm like, it's so odd because it was so painful before I got here. So then we got to talking, and he's like, you're different now. You came in with a smile. Your smile is so bright that it's almost contagious. He goes, you're not, he goes, I hope you don't take this wrong, but you're not like the same person you were the last time you came in here. And that's
Oh
when I
wow.
said to him, well, I started meditation in the mornings. And when I began to do my meditations, I started at 10 minutes a day. And what that does is, you see, I used to start my day with fear. I used to start my day saying, oh my God, I have to do this and I have to do that, or I'm not going to survive because it's only me. And I have to pay the rent, and I have to, pay my truck bill on my Gladiator because I love that damn thing so much. And I can't ever have that go away.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I'm like, well, all the time I was in such a suffering fear state, just not knowing and just not trusting in anything because when you look
It
in the
seemed
news.
like you had to find yourself again and
Yes,
to not only appreciate yourself, but love yourself. I mean, I think that is the
yes,
most important thing. Like, in order to find stuff in life, you need to
yeah,
look in the mirror to understand you first before you can bring you out to the world, more or
that's
less.
so true, and I didn't know who I was, and I kept asking every day. I'm like, well, who am I? Like, who am I? And so I had this awakening, is what I can tell you. And who else actually talks about this is Jim Carrey. I don't
Yeah.
know if you all watch that, but exactly what he is describing to you
I mean, there's some
is
off
what
the
I went
wall
through.
stuff. I mean, I've caught some, like flyby interviews with people there in the press, and they're like, "How do you come up with the characters?" And like the last interview I seen, I thought he was psychotic, to be honest with you. I mean,
It
I'm a big fan of his work, but he's like, I think her name was Jessica or something. I forgot the reporter's name, and he's like, "Jessica, this isn't me. You're not seeing me. You're seeing the character Jim Carrey, but you're not seeing me."
Now
And
I
I'm like,
understand what he means though, Mike,
"What the
because
hell are you talking about, Jim?"
yeah, so like I if I saw exactly what you're saying like a
Yeah,
year ago, I would have said the same thing. But now when I see it, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I know what he's talking about because it happened to me." I'm a whole different, but like I went to take my dog out the other day and I'm walking down the road and my neighbor's windows are open. And so I have a dear friend. She lives across the road. She's the sweetest girl I ever met in my life. But she was saying something about me. And so I heard her and she goes, oh Lord, here comes Laura and little Gemma. And they're walking down the road and Laura's got this huge smile on her face. All she does is smile. And I heard that, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," when I touched my face, I was like, "I am smiling." And I didn't realize that, but that's my normal state now. I'm not in a fear
it's
state at all,
the
and I'll
best
tell you
medication
how
in the
you can
world,
do it.
smiling. I tell people that all the
Yeah,
time, smile, live a little,
you're right.
stop being so damn serious because, I go on these social media platforms and, I
Yeah,
engage with people with whether they're X spaces or, the TikTok live panels, and people are so like, I literally feel that people lost their way in life,
right.
because they spend more time on social media than their own family or their kids. Like
Yeah,
it's really becoming dangerous and showing huge, forms of concern.
yeah,
And they just like they lost their sense of way. They lost their sense of humor. You can't joke around with them because everything is like, why did you say that? You're being very, very, very
yeah,
vindictive. Like what?
yeah,
Come on. Like, look
exactly,
what is social media
exactly.
is a great tool, but look what it's doing to people. It's destroying people's lives. I mean,
Well,
engaging is one thing, but to
yeah.
not understand what it was intended for is another, so,
Yeah, so
uh,
it all comes down with to perspective and how you really see things. Like if I see something bad, like something that's disturbing to me on social media, I'm not going to watch it. I won't
No.
respond to it,
Well,
you
that's your
know?
choice. That's your choice.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
exactly,
have to
so
watch it, you know, like,
see,
literally,
that's
I'm not
it.
begging people to listen to this episode. If it's not your cup of
Right.
tea, it's not your cup of tea. I'm sorry. Like, maybe there's hundreds of thousands of shows maybe up your alley, but I mean,
Yeah.
the same thing with Lara. I mean, if you don't wanna tune into the Trailer Park Angel, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
it's
I
not
mean, she
for
would
you
like you to, just like me, but,
if you want
if we
to.
can't win your appreciation, then maybe, hey.
Hey, it's not for you. So that's fine
Yeah,
though, because that's
yeah,
really how life works though, isn't it?
yeah,
Because,
that's
you know,
exactly.
a lot of the spiritual teachers say, you know, if you stumble upon something and it disturbs you or you don't wanna be there and watch it, then don't because it's not for you. And that's you
Absolutely.
said it beautifully because that's really exactly how it works, I
Yeah.
think, I believe anyway.
I believe it too. Guys, as we kind of close out here with Lara, again, guys, these amazing companies, I love partnering with them. And if you're looking for something here, you notice why I put, the hashtag up there, Valor for Veterans. They back companies like this. They back companies like organizations like that. And another organization that literally supports veterans in this country, Bucked Up, guys, right? Trying to go to the gym. You're like, shit, I'm late. I need something. Well, you might be in luck if you stop at your nearest 7-Eleven, racetrack, wherever's nearby, right? And pick up something like Bucked Up because they are in a lot of high end retailers, such as 7-Eleven, available in Walmart, available on Amazon.com, as well as buckedup.com. Scan this QR code, guys, and you're going to understand why Bucked Up's energy drinks are designed for those who push themselves to new limits because they believe in that. And it's kind of like right up our alley of what we're discussing here on the program, right? Pushing yourself to new limits and also acknowledging the fear you came from in order to sustain a great future. I love it. I mean, great segue. I mean, Tibbs screaming in my earpiece. Get something in there. Get something in it. Thank you very much, Bucked Up. Great sponsor, great partner of the show. Check them out today. Tell them Savage sent you. So, Lara, I want to basically plug in this year. We kind of talked about AI. I want to make sure I put this in here before we kind of lose time here on the program. These are these little shorts, guys. You can check it out on YouTube. Check her out, Lara Luna. Luna. That we got to get it right one day. So check this out, guys. Little graphic we made with some of the shorts with her AI creations there.
Don't judge me. You'd frown too if you lived in a park where everyone's drunk by 10, overshares by 11, and passes out by 2.
I love it. I love it. Love the little gnomes there. Like I got little gnomes, right? Is that your main character, the gnome? Because I see them all
Like
on your website.
yeah,
What?
so gnomes were, like, never my thing, but because the trailer parks that I've lived in, and I've lived in
Oh
many,
God, they're all over the place. It's like
they're
a
everywhere.
ritual. Yeah, it's a ritual. You see all the gnomes,
Yeah,
like they're creepy too.
yeah,
Like I've seen
yeah, they can be
patriotic ones,
creepy.
I've seen Donald Trump ones, I've seen like political ones, and they stare right at you. It's like,
They stare right at you. There's a man that gets drunk every night, and he goes down, like, a few houses down, and he's starting to talk to this gnome now about his
you talking about the
problems.
gnome, or are you talking about an actual man?
I'm talking about an actual man. He goes to
Okay.
happy hour, which is, in Florida, like all day long. And so he comes back all
Yeah.
drunk, and I catch him down there talking to the gnome all the time. He tells him his problems and everything.
They say in Florida it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but at the trailer park, folks,
10 o'clock
it's 10 o'clock everywhere in the trailer
everywhere.
park. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I know that you're gonna go on tour and stuff. Maybe you can come to Homosassa, you know why? Because down here on the river and right
Homeless says.
here, we have all the bars on the water. They're right down here. You could do your podcast and go to
I'll
each
have
bar on the river. That would be
I'll
so fun.
we'll have to make a phone call to Homahassa, right? Is that how you say it? Homahassa? Homosassa?
Homosassa.
Stasha. We'll get it right one of these days. My pronunciation sucks sometimes, as you could probably say. It wasn't my greatest subject in school, but it's okay. Made a kind of a living of what I do, So people joke, people get a kick out of it. So yeah, we'll have to go down there in Florida. Maybe we'll save a spot, sometime
Yeah.
next year. Like
Wouldn't that be fun?
yeah. Uh, Or maybe I can go into the trailer park and entertain all the trailer park
They would love it.
people. No,
Sure,
Tibbs,
why
it's not trailer park trash. I know he was waiting for me to say it. It's not
not?
trailer park trash. I
No, that's something else.
that's people that are like, yeah, we're not gonna go there
I'm
because
gonna
those
say
people
bless their heart.
bless their hearts, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like the lady
Hey,
from
no,
Tennessee.
Mike, I think that you're really a good person. So I want to say thank you. And I'm really happy to meet you too.
I appreciate it, and thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate that, guys. If you want to find, we're going to put this there for a minute here. If you guys want to find this amazing book, now you have another book. I'd like you to kind of plug that in a way. But the reason why we're using this book as a main
Yeah.
plug is this is your main book.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Angel, guys. You can pick it up on Amazon.com. Scan this QR code if you are viewing us on Rumble or any type of video format. And by scanning the QR code, it goes right directly to her website. And then it actually will patch right into Amazon.com. Now, the other book, real quick, Lara, can they find that on Amazon too as well? Or
Yeah, that's on Amazon. It's my first book. It's a little
okay,
ebook. It's about awakening too. It's just not as evolved as the second book.
evolve, you meaning like more like driven, I guess, or
Um there's just it just contains a little bit more in the second book than the first book. First book is basically angel numbers, and just roughly spiritual awakening that I've been through. The second book delves more into something I call own yours, which is going into yourself and being proud of who you are. And it will give you more of the feeling of not being alone because you're not ever alone. And so the second book, I think, has helped people already. It's helped at least two or three people not feel the fear anymore like they used to. And that's really why I wrote the book, is to help people. And it is helping people. And even though it's the easiest read in the world, because one of my friends said she read the whole book in one day. I mean, the
oh wow,
chapters might only be 1 or 2 pages, but they get
yeah.
the point across in a fun way, not like beating your head over with a textbook kind of learning thing. That's not what it is. It's basically what happened to me, and I'm trying to help you through what happened to me.
That's great. And you know, guys, I actually picked up the book. I'm waiting for it to get delivered to the mail, to the
All right.
the house here. So I'm going to check it out. But guys, I want to leave this here. You know, whether through her book there, Trailer Park Angel, or her podcast, or her art, Lara wants you to be invited into a world where laughter and wonder walk hand in hand, because that's what it's all about, folks. And I love that memoir of what it says there on the website. And I encourage you guys to check out her website, laralunarcreations.com. If you missed that, guys, for all my viewers that tune in us into the audio panel and format, we'll put that in the show notes. You can kind of check it out right there. But Lara, I want to thank you for coming on, expressing your world of art and stories and motivation to get anybody, even the average Joe, through the day. So thank you very much for coming
Absolutely.
on, and I wish the best of luck, for your podcast, and possibly we could see more books coming your way in the near future.
Yeah, I do have another book that's secretly in the works.
Oh, we're not going to say
So
anything, folks. No leaks, no leaks, no
don't say
spoilers, no
anything
spoilers.
about it. It could be
Yeah.
weird.
Oh my God. Oh my.
But anyway, Mike, thank you so much, because really I had a great time and it was so great to meet you. I can feel your energy through there and it's beautiful. So thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do the Wayne's World. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We suck. No, anyway. But thanks for coming on. Appreciate you guys. For sticking around on the live stream. Check out Lara Luna with her podcast there, Trailer Park Angel, available on Spotify or anywhere you could pick up an audio podcast for that matter. And some of her video content there on YouTube. Amazing. The AI shorts are just like they're
Thank you.
funny as hell, guys. I just plugged like maybe 3 or 4 of them that kind of caught my eye, but there's a lot on there. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming on. Lara, thank you very much. Take it
Thanks,
easy,
Mike.
and
You too,
appreciate it.
Mike. All the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
to you.
Thank you. All right, guys, you just heard Lara Luna, right, on the show, and she's got amazing content. Check her out, guys. Can't say more than enough. Other than that, guys, thanks for sticking around, and I'm basically gonna get out of here. I got so much to do here and so much little time. But other than that, guys, take it easy. Until next time, guys. Later, alligator.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.